so I'm making the beef and broccoli stir fry. So you can also do the vegan option. So I'm going to do the vegan option today. So if you're doing tofu, you just cut nice slices like this. You cut it all the way, and then you flip it. My God. So you flip it this way. You can't fall over the place. And then you slice it again down, and then it will turn into little chunks. So then you can just cut, and you will have perfect little chunks. And I'm using firm tofu, obviously, because it's way easier to cook with this kind. This is just not working today. So now I'm going to mix my sauce, and then I'm going to set it aside. So now I'm going to make the mix. So I'm doubling the recipe because I'm prep cooking. I'm going to make lots of it. So I'm going to put my sauce in here. Okay, so now I'm going to use 1 TBSP of soy sauce. So I'm going to do 2 because I'm done with it. So I'm going to also, it calls for 3/4 cups of water, but I'm going to use stock instead. So this is my cheat way of making stock again. It just kind of gives it more flavor, I feel like, than just plain water. So I'm just going to sprinkle enough in there just to fill the end. And I'm going to put 2 of these in there. Instead of just plain water. And I'm going to mix this around. It's a nice little mix here. And I think it thickens while it's in here too. Kind of does its thing with all the ingredients in the package, which is nice. That's why I like these convenient packs, because they're so easy. Just throw everything together. Call it a day. So now I'm going to mix it all together. And I'm going to put it aside while I make my other stuff. While I'm waiting for the sauce and everything, I'm going to add in some onions. It doesn't call for onions. I just thought it'd be nice to add in to it. So I'm going to sprinkle some 3 onion on there. And some herb and garlic. Gonna let that mix a little bit. Just lovely when your eyes burn. So while this is sizzling, I'm gonna add in my tofu now. If you're using beef, then it'd be a good time to brown your beef a bit. So I'm just gonna mix this around. I'm just gonna let this like sizzle for a couple minutes and then add the other stuff. Okay, so now I got all this going. I'm gonna add in my broccoli. I did add carrot because I just figured carrot might taste good. I think I'm gonna add an extra carrot. Looks pretty chintzy to me. I didn't have enough carrot. Now that looks silly, doesn't it? Okay, so now that I've got everything in here, so I think like 2 carrots, possibly 3. We'll see what goes down here. Okay, so now that I have everything in there, I think my sauce is pretty, it doesn't look very thickened, but we'll see what happens. So now I'm just going to pour my sauce in here now. It's not too bad. Just gonna get everything mixed. Okay, so now I'm just gonna bring it to a boil. And then when it comes to a boil, I'm gonna let it bubble for a second, and then I'm gonna turn it to low, and I'm gonna put a lid on, and I'm gonna put a timer on for 10 minutes because there's only tofu in here, so it doesn't take that long. But when you have actual meat, cook it a bit longer. So I'm gonna add my more carrots because they look pretty chintzy in here. So I'm gonna cut them quite thin because when you're cooking it, they don't take as long to cook, and they won't be like crunchy. So this is what's going on here. Now that I brought it to a boil, it's thickening. Interesting. I haven't made this one yet. It's always fun, isn't it? Making food. So, yeah, wow. So that actually thickened up. I didn't know what was gonna happen there. So this is good. So now it's, so now that it's all mixed together and it's actually thickened, I'm gonna put it to low, put a lid on, and put it on for 10 minutes so the vegetables will cook.